I don't know how much of the backstory you know about her grandparents living in Louisiana, and then they worked in a salt. Her grandfather worked in a salt mine. Do you know this?
No, I don't.
So her grandfather worked in a salt man in a salt mine in Iberia, Louisiana, because that's where her family is originally from. And then at some point, this salt mine collapsed, and her grandfather, I think he was trapped. He was trapped in it, or someone was trapped in it. And when they told the salt mine, whoever owned it, like, "Hey, our people are trapped down there," they were just pretty much like, "Figure it out, or leave it alone. Like we don't have the money to spend on getting them out." And then these people got together that worked at the salt mine, and they dug out two survivors, and they ended up firing a bunch of people that worked for this salt mine because they were like, "We told you not to do this."
Right, right, right.
And when they tried to, I think they hired back part of the staff that they had fired, and they tried to unionize, and they pretty much ran her grandfather and her grandmother out of town, and they relocated to Galveston, Texas because of it. And it's just kind of like, what? And it's just still constantly happening to this day. But it was just a very interesting story to see that, like, generations of people having to deal with racism within the same family. And like that's her upbringing, that's her foundation. So of course she's going to be very pro black and speak for her experience and speak for her family, and try and make them proud with this album. um but yeah, that salt mine, you should look it up and read about it, because I think she interviewed both her parents like very extensively to have them involved in this album. And like this, a lot of the stories that they shared, she I don't think she knew them fully, and then found out about it pretty much after she recorded the album and then included them as interludes.